Hello. We're here with some more Mass Effect. And sorry for the excruciatingly loud. Oh hi Rex. Excruciatingly loud volume last time. In the last session it was kind of painful. Let's inspect that shit and get more XP from it, shall we? Hello Keeper, can I come up to your bum? Ah, what? No, it's a bug. Go away. Wait, Rex, sexy Rexy, come here.
A private docking bay.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Wonder how much the Alliance had to shell out for this.
Quite a bit. Shiny light.
The Normandy combines the best of Alliance technology and Turian engineering. It shows what we're capable of if we work together.
Oh yeah, we can work together in the bedroom, Gareth, you sexy soz. Hello, Captain Anderson. Do you have any more for me?
Yes, Commander.
Oh, okay. Nothing else, really.
I should go.
Yeah, I
I'll
should.
be here if you need anything.
Yeah, don't worry. Or just standing there for like the rest of your days. Just waiting on Commander Shepard as if you're some kind of information kiosk. Anyway, let's get into the Normandy, shall we?
Stand by, shore party.
Oh no.
Decontamination in progress.
Oh god, stutter
Heard
bomb.
what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Feels wrong, yo.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it, nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander, 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Let's be honest with them, let's do that, shall we?
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the Conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
Wherever he searches for the Conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I won't let him down.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Hell yeah. Awesome people. Anywho, welcome to the Normandy. We've been here before, but... well, it's our ship now, so fuck everyone else. Hi Presley, Boldy. Oh, talk to me. Oh yeah, I think there's like a glitch where you can't really talk to him right now. Oh well, never mind. Oh yeah, that's the meeting room. Wait, FTL comlink. Give it to me. I took it. Now I've got a codex. For some reason. I don't really know. But whatever. Hi. That's it, salute me. You little Boldy. No, a blondie even. Whatever. Hi. Let's talk to Manly Man here. Hi Manly Man, I'm going to talk to you. Wiping the sweat from your brow.
Anything you need, Commander?
Tactical appraisal, tell me.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Yeah, get used to this. We're going to be talking to people a lot in this game. Kind of what it comes down to, I'm afraid. But yeah, look for personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have
Yeah,
time
you
for
have,
personal
haven't
debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
There we are.
Commander?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say at that bit there. The word I was looking for was people were down there looking for calibrations. That will not be important until Mass Effect 2, I'm afraid. Because everybody knows calibrations. How much it annoys everyone. Oi, replenish. Thank you. Hello, Dr. Chocolate. Talk
Yes,
to me.
Commander? Is there something you need?
Haven't we talked to you about stuff? Got it.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls.
Have I seen this?
Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined.
I can't
But
quite
humanity
remember.
needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse.
Got it, have it,
And the
have it
Alliance
again.
always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
I'm pretty sure we have seen this. But whatever.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Okay. Can't quite remember whether we've seen that in this playthrough, but whatever. Kaden Alenka, let's talk
How well
about
do you
him.
know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission.
Hey, wait, we've already
Tends
done
to keep to
this.
himself, though. Maybe because of the
Yeah, I've done
Goodbye,
this.
Commander.
I forgot. Bollocks. Sorry, I've just wasted everybody's time. Might cut that out, but I don't know if I can be asked. But anywho, sorry about people moving around outside. It's, well, it's a lot of noise. A little bit of it might pick up, but whatever. Not a huge deal. Rex!
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Personal inquiry.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Don't be an asshole.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
That's unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It isn't?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Not exactly.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Tell me about the genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
What? Why?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Ah, you're such a poor, sensitive soul. I want to give you a hug, but you'd probably snap my neck if you did that. So, tell me about your extinction.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard. Good old Rex. You gotta love him. Oh yeah, we don't have that certain character's Lockie yet. Hi, Ashley.
Commander?
How we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
We tried to get here sooner.
We came as soon as we got the distress call. Even with the fastest ship in the fleet.
You did the best you could, Commander. It's my fault. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
You couldn't know, to be honest. I mean, you know, Geth and all that shit, so you couldn't know.
We never trained to fight synthetics. The Geth haven't gone beyond the Veil in 3 centuries.
My point exactly.
Our training's supposed to make us able to adapt. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Damn right. Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I
Where?
don't mind talking more later, though.
I prefer circles.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Dismiss, Chief. Shepard. What? Hey, watch this. Hold on, let's go to Rex and then go
Shepard.
to...
Rex?
Oh, pardon me. I love that. Mako!
Thanks for bringing me
Oh.
on board,
Hi,
Commander.
Gareth.
I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
You know?
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
True.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you are a bit of a loose cannon, Gareth.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It's a tough decision.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Sounds good to me.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
Ah, sexy Gareth. Oi. I wanna... There we go. Mako. Get used to... We're gonna have to get used to this bouncy castle monstrosity.
Commander, good to see you.
Or as Ben Yahtzee Crowshaw put it drives like a fat guy running around on a unicycle. That is like a really apt description of that. But oh well, let's talk to Engineer Adams.
Hey Commander, you know that Quarian Tally?
Yes, I do.
She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll talk to her.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
He's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Personal questions.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Tell me about Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed, and she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
Tantalus? More like Tarantula.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Tell me about the stealth system.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
So we're invisible, and that sounds absolutely terrifying.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
FTL gives us away, what?
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Goodbye.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Stare into my bright green eyes and tell me you love me. Hello, Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard.
Oh, calm down.
I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Normally they're not.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're into ships?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
That was 300 years ago. That was pretty long. Pretty long ago. You weren't even... Your grandmother's grandmother was a baby at that point. No, shut up.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Investigate. Tell me about your pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Sounds pretty dangerous, so I've got to be honest.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Do they always accept? I mean, I imagine there's some dickhead captains out there.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Let's change topics then, shall we?
Talk about something else.
Like what?
What about the Geth?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Isn't AI research illegal?
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Why did they turn on you exactly?
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why? Well, I know why, but I kind of want to hear from you.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
What did you expect exactly?
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Yeah, to be honest, the story between the Quarians and the Geth is actually really interesting, and it's kind of multifaceted. You're only really seeing it from one side here, and that's obviously Tali's, the Quarians. But, I won't spoil anything else. It gets kind of interested. Well, they did defend themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
For some reason I thought she was gonna get like really cocky and be like, they didn't kill me. Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
You're democratic, are you?
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Interesting government stuff and law and shit. Goodbye.
I should go.
See you later.
So long, Tal. Boosh. That was like the shittest nickname ever, but whatever. You get it and you should feel special. Because you're everybody's favourite Mass Effect waifu. Go up. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have this faster elevators mod, that elevator in particular takes so fucking long. Kind of annoying and pointless and dumb and shit. But anywho, let's go and talk to that Joker person, fellow. Hello, Joker. You tell jokes.
Commander, something you need?
Give me a ship status report.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Well, aren't you a cocky prick? I just want to talk.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Are you contagious?
I can't have you on this ship if you're going to infect my crew.
Infect the crew? Oh man, you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Tell me about your disease.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
How do you do your job?
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Let's change topics.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's do that.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you get your nickname there, buddy?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
That's no answer.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Are you even happy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
That's enough for now there, buddy.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Alright, see ya. I don't know why that always gives me a little bit of a giggle. Presley, can you talk to me? Yay. Hello, Baldy.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship.
You doubt my decisions?
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Good boy. Aliens on the ship.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
It's not just our problem there, bro.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Good, it better not be. Personal questions.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out.
Batarians.
They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
And now you're here?
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
That's enough.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Carry on whatever you're doing, standing there like a right old dweeb. Yeah, we'll go with that. Galaxy map. Galaxy bars. Chocolate, yum yum. Zoom that shit out. Get used to this soundtrack, because we're going to hear it an awful lot. And we're not going to do Pinnacle Station. That is something we won't do. Firstly, I think we're going to do Novaria. Yeah, more Novaria. Baboosh. I'll only do like a couple of side quests, like out in the galaxy. Otherwise, this playthrough is going to be very long and very boring. Although you're probably thinking, oh god, you're talking to people, Jamie. Oh, it's already boring. Boo. Laser bomb, bastard. What? I don't know. Here we are, we got things here. Planets. So, we're just going to go straight to Novaria. Okay? Okay, go away, mouse thingy. Novaria is a small, frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It's privately chartered by the Novaria Development Corporation, who leads out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Novaria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. Basically, the Area 51 of the galaxy, except with corporations instead of, you know, what? No, you don't know.